Okay, so when you've got, let's say, A plus B produces product AB. Let's say this is step number 1 of a reaction, and then step number 2, you have AB combining with C. And then say in step 3, A plus D plus CB kicks back out C. Okay. Here, let's say C is my catalyst. Notice C is added in one step, and then it's kicked out later at another. That's exactly what happens with catalysts. That's why they say catalysts are not consumed during chemical reactions. Okay? Inhibitors reduce the rate of chemical reactions by basically preventing a reactant from combining with something else. A lot of pharmaceuticals act as inhibitors. Drugs that are inhibitors are called antagonists. Let's take a look at the sample problem here before we end this section. So here we've got 2 different reactions. I've got this gaseous reaction. We've got hydrogen gas combining with iodine solid. And then on the right-hand side, I've got a couple of ions. I've got a barium ion and a sulfate ion combining to make a precipitate. Over here, this sulfate ion is a polyatomic ion. And then the barium ion is your monoatomic ion. Obviously, since these ions are in solution because they have the AQ after them, that reaction should happen the fastest in comparison to A, because A has got a gas and a solid combining with each other. If I wanted to increase the rate of each reaction, there are a few things that we could do. So when you're looking at this first reaction, couldn't I take this solid and break it up into a fine powder? So that would increase the surface area of that solid. The other thing I could do is I could increase the temperature. The temperature increasing would make those particles have more kinetic energy. So they should collide more often, produce product faster. You could increase the concentration of the hydrogen gas or increase the partial pressure of the hydrogen gas. You could decrease the volume of the container, which would increase its partial pressure. Or you could add a catalyst. Okay, so all of this pertains to this first reaction here. Things you could do for B, you could increase the temperature, which would cause these ions to move faster. You could increase the concentration of both or one ion. And then you could also add a catalyst. So these all go for this reaction here. Okay? All right, so that's the end of 2.2.